Okay, guys and gals, I'm going to try to work through this. My voice is still a little bit gravelly, so you'll have to bear with me. Um, we are going to be doing a review of this movie by. I'm probably going to get the name wrong. I don't remember. It's. I think it's pronounced Laika or Laika. Laika. It says on the back. Laika. I'm going to focus in here on this right here. Laika. And that is the publishing company. They did Coraline, the Box Trolls, Paranorman. I'm trying to think of the previews that they gave. This is yeah, and they do stop motion. And actually, looking at this movie, the animation style, you wouldn't really realize that it is a stop motion because it's really beautifully done. Actually, one of my rules when getting ready to view a film is to not really have any expectations or really low expectations of a movie before I see it so that I don't get disappointed. And that's kind of the story if we're going to go back a few years, back to when I actually first saw this movie. Um, I didn't know if I'd like it or not. And but people kept saying, "Well, it's a really good movie. You should see it." So I finally rented it back when the local gas station had DVDs, and they don't anymore because they couldn't keep up with Redbox because they set up a Redbox across the street, and of course, more people went to Redbox than went to the gas station to get the movies. But anyways, besides the copy at the gas station was kind of damaged, so I had to skip over a section in that. And anyways, thankfully this one worked beautifully. This copy worked beautifully. Anyways, but like I say, the animation is really, really good for a stop motion animation picture. Um, Exceptional, and plus the visuals are very immersive, and the story is really good too. And it isn't based on anything, any written work. From what I've from my research, I don't believe the story was based on anything besides Japanese culture, and that's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, stories like Snow White and Bambi and all those are good because they're based on something written, and there's a history to that. But with that, you also have a certain expectation. And with books, as we've seen with the Percy Jackson series, don't get me started on that. They made movies based on that series that really didn't follow the books very closely, and it made a lot of the viewers mad. Now, when you have a unique story, and I think Hollywood needs to do this more often, is to have completely unique stories, things that aren't based on literature. Now, don't get me wrong, literature-based movies are really good too, but I think people crave something different, and this is really different and creative, and in a word, amazing. Like it says here, an animated masterpiece. I would actually call it a visual feast, a feast for the senses, and just actually, it's probably within the top three of my favorite movies of all time. I'm just saying, and that is a tough list to break into. Um, but yeah, but yeah, I do admit that I didn't have very big expectations when I first saw it, but I was blown away by how good the movie was. And that isn't to slight the movie at all because the movie is really, really amazing, and I'm giving it a really, really high review. I found the story easy to follow. The pacing was really, really good, and there were some really genuinely funny, funny moments. Laugh out loud, right? Funny moments. Um, the characters are all really thought out too, and it even has George Takei in it, which is, I mean, you don't really see George Takei very often unless you're watching reruns of Star Trek. I mean, and to see him in a role in this film was just really refreshing. And they captured the spirit, I think. And I'm gonna compare this to Coco in that in Coco we learned about you know um, Mexican culture, Latin American culture, with Day of the Dead. If you've seen Coco, then it's about a boy and about basically it was an immersive movie about the Latin American culture, the religion, and stuff like that. This is a lot the same way, and it goes over a bunch of the Japanese beliefs about the beliefs of Buddhism and lighting the lanterns and one of their festivals. And I thought that was really, 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 really respectful of that particular thing, of that particular aspect of the culture. I thought that it was really done in good taste, and the characters were all really, really likable. Even the Moon King, who was the bad guy, and the two sisters who were pretty evil. But to be honest, they were just I don't think they really understood, because the two sisters and the Moon King, they really didn't have any knowledge of humanity. They basically always saw humanity as being inferior, and that isn't giving away hardly anything at all. Anyways, I thought the plot had good pacing, and I just really thought this movie had a good message, overall message. The overall message being about the power of family, and there needs to be more movies like that. Actually, I mean, you got movies like Hotel Transylvania, and that was at least the third one. I haven't seen the first two Hotel Transylvania movies, but I've seen the third one, and it was a lot about family too. About family relationships and stuff like that, and I really like that aspect of it, and interactions and stuff like that. And this movie was really family friendly too. It was just it probably wouldn't work for really young kids because it had some scary scenes, with the giant skeleton and the Moon King, in his final form and stuff like that. Might scare some kids. But I actually thought that it was really well paced, and it was beautiful. Anyways, but I really want to give this movie props, and I hope to someday own this movie because it's really one of my favorites. I just have to say. Um, I can't really put into words. There's some movies that are just so good, you can't really put them into words. And this is one of them, I believe. One of the rare cinematic pieces that basically comes along like once a decade, maybe, or even once in a lifetime. Just being amazing, and maybe I'm trying to oversell that, but I have to say that I'm just really impressed with all the work that went into it and the final product. Anyways, yeah, I really enjoy. It was really good to see this movie again because I hadn't seen it in a while. I was glad that the Canton Library had this, and I was able to borrow it from them. You get to keep movies up there for an entire week, so I'll be taking it back on Wednesday. So I might watch it again, actually, just basically because I like the movie so much. Anyways, if you like these reviews, make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell. I have an erratic upload schedule. Plus, I've been sick, so I haven't been making as many videos as I'd like. But I'm getting better. I'm on Mucinex. So, yeah, I'm on the 12-hour Mucinex, so I'm getting better already. All that mucus and stuff, that gross stuff is breaking up. Anyways, um, in all, I really enjoyed this movie. It's one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time, probably. And so, it was really a joy to review it. And I do hope to get a copy of my own sometime, if I can ever find it somewhere. Anyways, I do have people looking at Walmarts around the country to try and find it. But, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I appreciate all the support. If you like my videos, then like, subscribe, share, comment, donate if you want to. All the information will be in the description. Everyone, you're all wonderful people. Thank you, and have a great weekend, and have a great day. I'm not sure when I'm going to upload this, but it probably will be soon.